So here's what I'm thinking. They've got the technology, but would you pay to have Stella cloned? What would you pay to have a new Stella, brand new, if it cost you $1,000? Would you do it?
But she wouldn't be the same. The dog would look the same, but it's not like it would have the same personality.
Couldn't I train her to be similar?
Maybe, but it's not like you get the same dog. So to me, it's not worth it because it's like
So you just want her to die? You just want the dog to be gone?
no, I'm just saying like there's a lot of other great dogs. You don't have to have one that looks exactly the same, but is not the same dog.
But I like Stella.
I know, and you're gonna have a long, long, happy time with her. You don't have to
Okay.
worry about
We don't
it.
have to clone her.
No.
So, but if we could, you would pay 5 to 10 grand,
No.
20 grand,
No.
30,
No. What?
40.
Why are you going up? If I wouldn't do it at 5 grand,
Because
why
I
would
would do
it
it.
at 40?
I would do it at 40,
There's so many other things that
50,
I would do with that money.
100,
Why? Do you think I'm gonna hit a higher number and say yes?
maybe. Maybe that's what I'm willing to pay. I'm just telling you what I'm willing to
If
pay.
someone would give me $100,000 to clone her, sure.
I mean, that's possible. She is
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, great.
But I guess we can do show stuff.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Thank you for
What's on the
joining.
show today? What's happening today?
Important things apparently, cloning the dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Andrea.
Oh, and I'm Matt. That's
Yeah.
true.
Welcome to our next chapter
We do.
podcast.
We got some fun stuff on the show
We
today.
do.
Maybe we should do music stuff, an intro, and then I've got something special for you planned after the music.
It's terrifying. Okay.
All right.
We're back.
We're back.
Thank you for joining us. This is our podcast to document the
Oof.
process of us writing our first romance novel
That's right.
together. So we are high school sweethearts. We've been married for 20 years, together for 25, and
Oof.
have 2 almost grown kids. You and these oops. 2 almost grown kids. Yeah.
They think they're grown, I'll tell you that. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's its own thing.
And so we started reading romance novels together, and with Matt's background in writing, we thought, why don't we try writing
We're
one?
trying it.
So
Doing
we're
it.
doing it, and thank you for joining us on this journey.
Part of that journey is interviewing authors.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We got a good one for you
We
today.
do. We are talking to Erin La Rosa today, and she is a joy, y'all. Like for real, for
You're
real.
gonna
We had a
love her.
great chat with her. And her book comes out November 11th.
Yeah, just
So it's
do it.
exciting stuff. But, November 11th makes me think it's November, and we've got all the birthdays in
So
November.
many birthdays. 3 of our 4, well, 5 family birthdays if you count Stella.
Yeah.
3 of the 5 are in November.
That's right. All within like 10 days of each other. Something silly.
12 days, yeah.
Yeah, 12 days. But all 3 of you guys.
Yes, me and then Ollie and then
Got
Jackson.
pops today. Yeah, you guys are all within like 12 days of each other.
Yeah, and it's a big one this year because Jackson is turning 18.
Oh my
He's
God.
gonna be a whole grown adult.
He'll be a real boy.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't feel old enough to have an adult child, so
That's true.
strange.
True. Other than me,
But
an adult child.
I mean, yeah, I'm used to that, but yeah.
Well, in honor of the birthdays this month,
Uh-huh.
I've put together a list of potential gifts for you that I could buy you for your birthday, and I want to run them by you so I know what to get you for your birthday this
Why don't I just give you a list? I
No,
have
it's
like
okay.
an
I've got
Amazon cart that's
some
deep.
thoughts. I've got some real thoughts to run by you here. All right?
You're not taking suggestions.
Oh, I'm not taking suggestions.
Okay.
I'm giving you options.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
I've really got 3 buckets. Okay? So there's a bucket and an idea. Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
So the first bucket I want to talk to you about is just general Matt and Stella merch.
For my birthday?
Yeah, I thought I could get you like a mouse pad with my face on it. Or a Q-tip set that has my face on the box, I could get my face engraved onto a brick, and you could just keep it around as like a show of how strong our love is, maybe.
A brick? What would I do with a brick?
What about like a car sunshade, like in the front of your car with just my face like,
You and
ah!
Stella?
Yeah, me and Stella.
It looks like y'all are trapped in a hot car.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, great.
No, the mouse pad idea is not terrible.
Okay. What
I could have that.
what about, like, a pregnancy test box that just has my face on it?
That sounds awful.
I don't know, I'm just here with the good ideas, you know what I mean? The great
Who
ideas,
told you they were
and I need you to help me shape them, you know?
uh-huh. Okay.
I've got, like, a couple more. Like, what if we had an LED nightlight that shined my face on the ceiling?
Why do all the gifts for me have to do with your face?
It could just be my face up there, and I'd be like, "Thumbs up," like,
I
"Ah,
just, like, wake up
oh,
in the
you
middle of
did
the
it."
night, like, "Oh, he's, like, right there, just
Your
hovering."
dreams would come true, sweetheart.
Yes, yes, like a ghost, an apparition in the
Mhm.
ceiling, yeah.
I could also get you, like, kinda like a casket brochure with my face on it that's like, "Take me with you." You know, like, just a brochure that's like, "Hey, when you're dead, you can
No,
look through it and see my face and
no,
tell me
thanks, I'll pass. Well, I don't even that one I don't even understand because I wanna be turned into mulch for trees and things.
Mhm.
I don't wanna be buried, so casket, unneeded,
Mm,
unnecessary, but thank you for the
okay.
idea. I'm gonna
Well, I'm
pass.
working on it. I'm working on that, okay? So maybe not the merge stuff.
Okay.
Fine. I'll move to option 2, the sexy coupon book, which I've written some coupons for.
Oh, such an original idea.
You're
A
welcome.
coupon book. Okay, you're like Joey from
Okay.
Friends.
I'm gonna give you a seductive dance, but to the tune of the Jeopardy theme song. Mm, mm, mm,
You think that's a sexy
mm.
song that, like, turns you on?
Maybe.
I like the idea of a seductive dance, but I would like to pick the trap.
Mm,
I don't wanna be thinking of Alex Trebek or Ken Jennings,
yeah.
like, not my fantasy guys, no.
Okay. Okay. Question answered.
'Kay.
What about a foot rub?
M'kay.
But I complained the whole time about my day.
How is that a
This is
gift?
all part of the coupon book. I'm giving you 3 options. You get to pick which one you want at the end.
Why?
I'm just trying to be helpful.
Can I be wearing, headphones?
No.
Noise-canceling
Mm-mm.
headphones?
This is kinda similar. What if I did, like,
It wasn't in the fine print, I checked.
5 minutes of whispering sweet nothings in your ear, but as a pirate? "Arr! Oh, sweetheart, I like the size of your treasure chest. Arr! Where show me that booty." You know what I mean? That kinda stuff.
Who is this for?
This is for you, sexy coupon book for your
Like, you
birthday.
really thought, like, this is what my wife would love.
I know you really well, and I know what you like. And here's a good example.
Your accent's definitely high on my list of
Yeah,
things
thank
I
you.
like.
Are you sure? Here's one you're gonna like.
Mm.
What about one sultry look while I fold laundry?
Yes. Can I have
Okay,
a whole book of those?
okay, there's one.
Yes.
But I don't know if I have room for that one in the actual book, so don't get too
No,
attached.
I just want that coupon over and over every weekend. I'm gonna hand it to you and say, "Oh, do laundry."
What about one post garlic bread makeout session?
Why?
Because you gotta spice it up, you know?
With
Garlic
garlic?
it up.
That's not usually
It's better than
an
cilantro for
aroma
you.
that
Mhm.
yeah, better than cilantro,
Okay.
that's true.
Got
I
2
guess I
more.
don't really do gluten, so then it's like I'm getting it
Yeah, you get it vicariously
vicariously, is that the right?
through
By
osmosis? Yeah,
osmosis.
I don't know. I don't know how that works
We're on the
exactly.
same wavelength.
How about a back rub that just mysteriously stops after 30 seconds?
That sounds awful.
That doesn't mean other things won't stop, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Okay,
No,
fine.
I know where that's headed.
Here's the last one for the coupon book.
No, I was gonna say I don't even need a coupon for that one, that just happens.
What about carrying you across the threshold of the bathroom?
Why the bathroom?
'Cause it's romantic.
To the bathroom?
Sure.
Wait, I'm concerned that you're writing a romance novel and these are your ideas of romance.
That's as good as the romance gets. So far, I've got one more option. We've got the Me and Stella mouse pad and objects.
Okay.
Got the sexy coupon book, which sounds pretty fantastic. And then the last one is just a single item, Jason Momoa body pillow.
Why did you
Okay?
start with
So,
that?
I just want your true feedback and, as your loving husband and, you know,
The one who wants to carry him into the bathroom and make out with me with garlic breath?
I mean,
I'll
it's
take Jason Momoa for 5,000, please. But you can while I cuddle with my pillow, you can fold the laundry and give me sultry looks. How about that? See, then I'm using your coupon book and your pillow. It's better than cuddling with Jason Momoa.
this did not go how I had hoped it would go.
I said the mouse pad was
That one
okay.
that one was like a trap. I put that one in there as a trap.
Well, you didn't say Jason Momoa himself, it's just a pillow.
Yeah, but that you
So
were
you
you were supposed
think
to
about my
shun and
comfort.
push him away to get closer to
I just
me.
thought the pillow I just wanted the comfort.
I can get you a pillow with my face on it then. That's fine. Me and Stella a pillow.
Just what I want.
Okay.
Okay. Can't wait
Well,
for my birthday. I'm
happy
so
birthday.
excited. Thank you.
It's gonna be exciting.
Oh, this is why I buy the gifts for the family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the real gift this week is actually talking to Erin.
Yes.
We had a great time talking to her, and we can cut to that now if you want.
Yeah. Let's hear
Let's
from
do it.
Erin.
Today, we're welcoming Erin La Rosa, author of For Better or Worse, Plot Twist, and The Backtrack. Her stories are smart, funny, and heartfelt, often weaving humor with real emotional depth. Her newest novel, Not You Again, releases on November 11th. It's a witty, emotional, time loop romance set in Julian, California, blending grief, small town quirks, and second chances. The book has actually already been picked for the Goodreads Fall Romance Guide, which is exciting. Beyond her novels, Erin is the author of nonfiction titles such as Woman Skills and The Big Redhead Book. On top of all that, she helped shape Amazon Prime social media, and she's also the co-founder of the Burbank Book Festival, which celebrates authors and readers in her community. Erin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my
Welcome.
gosh, thank you. That intro, I'm like, I want to save it and I want to just play it every morning as a
I like
hype.
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
like
love it. It's yours. Put it on your
You can have
bathroom
it.
mirror and like, that's me.
That's me right there. I did that.
I know you're a busy
You're a very busy lady.
Welcome. Thanks for
Absolutely.
giving us some of your time today. We're
Indeed.
Oh, I'm so
excited.
excited. I love
Yes.
talking to people who like reading books because sometimes those are the best people.
We
Absolutely.
do. We do
Absolutely.
love reading
I
books,
do
and
want
love reading your book.
Yeah, we have been reading the book. It's fantastic.
Oh,
But I
thank
do
you.
want to start with your busyness. You have a full-time grown-up job,
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and
so
I just want to know how you balance that with your writing. I know you're a pretty speedy writer. I've seen some talks from you before. How do you make it
yeah,
all work?
I think my writing style has changed as I've added kids into the mix. So I remember writing my first two nonfiction books, and people would ask me about writing routines because at the time I was also working at BuzzFeed as the editorial director there. And I would say, oh, you just get up early, you get into a routine, and that's how you write a book.
Yeah.
And I added
Yeah.
in a
So
child,
smooth.
and I was like, oh, this is
Chaos.
different.
This is what they mean
Chaos.
with that question. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Life changes. And
Oh my
so
gosh.
now I have two kids and to your point, a full-time job. And so something I have been doing is really I'm working on a new book right now and kind of giving myself grace in terms of the time that I have and the time I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to commit. Um, I think something that I learned through reading Stephen King's On Writing was that,
Mm-hmm.
he would talk about just I write anywhere, and I've heard Abby Jimenez talk about writing chapters while in line at a grocery store on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's
and
real.
so I take that to heart where it's like if I arrive somewhere a few minutes early, I might pull out my phone and just start writing a little bit. In the
I love that.
in the
Very good
morning,
advice.
I do get up early. I'm a morning person and my brain shuts off at a certain time of day. Usually it's around 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get in either 20 to 30 minutes in the morning or 20 to 30 at night once my kids are in bed. But there are some days where I don't write and I've used to like really beat myself up around that. And at this point, I'm just sort of like, it'll happen when it happens. It's something I love doing and it brings me joy. So I'll always return to it. But I think you just have to, find those little pockets during the day and those add up. Right now I think I'm at like maybe 8,000 words. I have
Mm.
I have to multiply that by like 10 to get a book.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if you think of it in terms of that, it's like, oh, I only need to do that like, 10 more times, a handful more times.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I really, yeah.
anything every day is good.
I love that because, part of the podcast is that we're writing a book as we go. And I'm finding, I love your advice of writing on the go because I get stuck in a thing where I'm like, I should be writing from 9 to 10, and that should be
Right.
my routine writing. But like you said, with life and kids and meetings and everything else, it becomes well, did I miss my time today? When can I sneak
Yeah.
it in?
There really is
But
no
I'm totally going to
perfect
do that.
place
No.
and no perfect time.
Yeah.
And I think if you obsess about that, puts a lot of pressure on that kind of
Mm,
joy. It should be a joyous kind of feeling when you're
yes.
writing. And I noticed when I wasn't working a full-time job and I was doing sort of like some freelance jobs and also writing full-time, it sort of sucked the joy out of my creativity a little bit because I was treating it so much like a job. And it's sort of nice now, even though I'm really busy all the time, to just be able to dip into writing and find that kind of pleasure in it again, where I'm like, oh, I like made time for this today, and it felt so good to do
That's
this.
what I was wondering. I like how you talked about like protecting the joy of it, that it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to
Yep.
be something that's kind of for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
And
that's
yeah,
what this podcast has been.
yeah,
Like we keep
just want to
talking
have a
about,
good time.
and as a creative, this just what you were saying, like as soon as it becomes work, it's not fun anymore.
yeah, and
So
I've felt
trying to keep
moments
it
of that
chill.
and didn't like it, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
this is so weird that I'm feeling pressure and I'm feeling a lot of just, like tenseness around this
Right.
this
Yeah.
activity that I've always loved. So,
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. And I
right.
love that you're just giving yourself permission to make your own rules and do it the way that's right
Yeah.
for you so that you can project that or protect that joy and that love of it,
Mhm.
and then I think that that's going to be seen in the final product too,
I
is
feel
that,
it too when I'm
it's
writing, to
not
your
that
point.
slog. Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
Man, well, you're also a co-founder of the Burbank Book Festival, and I would love to hear
Yes.
more about that. It's kind of coming up, yeah?
Yeah, so that festival is happening on November 8th, and my book launches on the 11th. So my book will be available at the festival that weekend. But it came about because I live in Burbank, and there are a lot of kind of creatives around the LA area,
Mm-hmm.
and Burbank is more of a kind of like suburb outside of LA. But I got introduced to this wonderful writer named Emily Berth Eisler, and she writes middle grade, which is not my genre, but
Mm,
we met up at a coffee shop, and she was saying how she was interested in doing maybe a book signing at this local coffee shop, and I was like, "That's so funny because I would love to do, like, a book event with a lot of authors." And we just went for a walk together, and we started kinda daydreaming about, well, maybe it can be a book festival, and maybe we can invite these types of authors, and I know this person, and you know that person. So we had our first one last year, and we had 20 authors out of this coffee shop where we had originally met, who I know the owner, and I write a lot of my books from that shop. It's called Three Sisters in Burbank. And,
nice.
so they hosted the first one, and we didn't know if anyone would come, but we ended up selling 250 books that day with
Nice.
local booksellers. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
this year it's 80 authors, and we're out
Wow.
of the Buena Vista Library, which is in Burbank. But it's amazing how, when you just are excited about something and you have a hunch that other people might be too, it just kind of works out. So it's an event for, you know, basically building community within Burbank around people who love books, the same way that you're doing with this podcast, where you're
Sure.
building your own little community. And I think that's the wonderful thing about books, is that people just love to gather and talk about them and share recommendations. And that's what we wanted to create. So yeah, it's the second year that we're
Wow.
doing it, and it's a lot bigger, but we're really excited.
Awesome.
That's great.
Congratulations on
Yeah.
the success of
The
it
growth
too.
is amazing.
It's just clear that there was a like hunger and a need for it in the community of getting those people
That's awesome.
together. I always tell him when we first started reading together, I was so excited when he showed an interest because I felt like I was getting to introduce him to these friends I'd been hanging out with, that I was finally getting to be like, and now you get to meet them. And so I feel like you said, when readers get together and talk about books and things they love, and then like you said, you find other authors and similar, subgenres or
Mhm.
things that you have interest in. Like, that's just so cool that you two created that space and that you had the
Mhm.
support of the Three Sisters bookstore
Uh,
or the coffee shop. Like, that's
and
Yeah.
so
amazing.
it's starting a couple days, or it's going to be, your book's going to be on sale there. I would love to talk about the book because we have been reading it and
Oh
it's
yeah.
fantastic. I would let's get offline because I want to talk pacing and things with you very specifically, but that's a whole different thing because I think the
He's been
pacing,
obsessed with
I'm
your pacing.
amazed with your pacing. But I did kind of want to talk about the overall premise, which is the time loop, right?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not a typical rom-com device, but like what made you kind of come to that idea of the time loop?
I really love movies like Groundhog's Day and Palm Springs, and I watch a lot of like Hallmark holiday movies
Mhm.
that center around time loops. But
Mhm.
it felt like they were kind of doing the same thing over and over again, which is like, there might be one or two people who are aware of the time loop. And the fun thing that I felt that was maybe missing was, oh, but what if everyone had to relive the same day again and again, and like what would happen? Would it be like Burning
Mm.
Man? Would it be like would people just lose their minds, in this small town? And so kind of the initial thought I had was, okay, I want to do a time loop where it's a small town and everyone has to relive the same day. And I want to see what that looks like 238 days into the time loop. So we start,
Yeah.
more than a half a year into the time loop. And so you see a lot of really fun, kind of chaotic things happening, like people just robbing
Absolutely.
banks for the fun of it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Why not? Yeah.
And I think the other thing that once I got into it, I was like, well, what if you had to relive the worst day of your life? So for
Mm.
Carly, my female lead, she's reliving her father's funeral. And for Adam, he's reliving his wife telling him that she's been cheating on him with his best friend. So they meet
And she
together at a
tells him at the funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the funeral director. Yeah.
He's the funeral director.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to feel a little bit like 6 Feet Under, like a little bit dark comedy.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to write and really fun to research because I kept looking up like Burning Man videos to see what weird things people did at Burning Man and get inspo from there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the chaos group that throws rocks in the windows and things just because
Yeah.
they
Just
can't
because,
cause
why
trouble.
not? It's
Yeah.
all gonna
That's
reset.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it did feel really different, like you said, with everyone knowing that they were repeating, and kind of that was a really fun thought experiment. I felt like
For
to
sure.
see how society devolves over time, and who sticks to their morals or their beliefs. The sweet lady with the pie. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
just
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
moms.
and I'm gonna serve.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna serve pie
I'm
every
gonna
day.
continue to be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just this is a personal note, but I did improv with a guy who was a mortician and a funeral director.
Oh my God.
But on top of that, he was
Right.
also a magician, and that's
Okay.
all I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So
His
he was,
his life is
mortician.
interesting and complex.
Yes. And so I wrote a whole scene about him doing like abracadabra, like doing these like cutting people in half, but then like putting them back together. But it's like anyway.
I
So
mean,
that was
weird
my
people
thought the
are
whole
out
time.
there. You just have
Oh,
to
it's
write
the
them
best.
and
And
find
it's
them.
so
it's the
fun to get in
best.
their heads. Yeah,
I know.
and write about
I
it.
may have to bring that person
Yeah.
back out.
And it
I
was
think
such a
so.
crazy coincidence I bring up just because of our podcast being all about like our love story and writing. It happened to be our anniversary, April 23rd.
Yeah,
That's right.
Right, the
That is
date
the
they
day
relive
loop.
is your
That-
The day they
anniversary. I love
That's
that.
amazing. It's Love Day. It was
I
so
mean,
perfect.
we live our anniversary every
Every
day.
day.
Every
That's
single day,
right.
sweetheart. Every day is
Every
our
day.
anniversary.
Every day. Yeah. No,
Just like
but
every marriage.
I thought that was so fun. And like I said, just such a fun thought experiment of having everybody know and be aware that this loop is
Yeah, it's
happening.
amazing.
That was different from the other things that really set it apart and just made it so
Mhm.
fun to read. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Yeah.
We've been having fun making
Yeah.
our way through it.
And coming back to the funeral director, what made you think funeral director? What was the
You know,
6 Feet Under, something fun?
I think like personally, I find I have like a dark sense of humor and I really love kind of spooky things. So for Better or Worse, my first book is actually set during Halloween in LA. So a lot of
Mm.
my books have a little bit of spooky to them. And I thought the thing about a mortician, having a mortician as like your love interest, it just sort of felt a little bit funny to me, like something I
Mhm.
could play around
He
with.
could literally break your heart.
Oof. Wow. I didn't even think of that. I'm going to start using that in marketing.
Okay,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. No,
But
it's real.
I thought too, like, because this book, like you said, a lot of my books, well, all of my books have some kind of real life like issue that they're working
Mhm.
through. And so who better to kind of help Carly work through her grief than someone who deals with people's grief on a daily
Every
basis.
day.
Yeah.
So, there were a lot of appealing aspects to me about making him a mortician.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mhm.
also personally really had a huge crush on Michael C. Hall in 6 Feet Under, so I just
Oh.
Yes.
had
Oh my
to
gosh.
Yes.
circle back to that.
All the Michael C. Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot about as we're trying to write our book. A huge focus was careers of the
Mhm.
characters, and
For
just
sure.
what does that say about them, and kind of
Yeah.
did a deep dive into that. And then Carly is a aspiring screenplay writer, right?
Yeah.
And so just seeing the way that they come together and how their backgrounds, I feel like, help with their POV and their worldview.
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
said, if he's around grief daily, that is a very different experience
very
than
different
someone who it may happen once or twice in your life, and it's
And I-
not a daily
Yeah.
occurrence.
I think like part of too, as I was writing the book and what like kind of unfolded was that, Carly is someone who is actively pursuing her dream, which is, to be a screenwriter. And we later find out that, Adam's dream really was to be an astronomer, but his parents wanted him to be practical and
Yeah,
go into
family business.
business.
Yeah.
And so what she's able to do for Adam is really help him find the confidence to eventually pursue that dream. And what she shows him is, you can take risks on yourself. You can start later in life with your
I love
dreams.
that.
So, they have very different approaches to life, and that really kind of helped inform a lot of the story too. It's like someone who's willing to take risks versus someone who doesn't and has been
Yeah.
too afraid to, has kind of played
I
it
love
safe.
that. Yeah, and I love his steadiness as someone who is around the heartbreak and the things that he's around on a day to day. Then he becomes kind of that rock and that soft space for her to fall. And I just love that too. I love that quiet strength that he has too. That he's acquired because of his experience and background and things. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
actually intentionally, like, in the first time we meet him, he kind of catches her as she's about to fall over from grief. So he really
He's
is her rock.
a shoulder. Yeah.
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 I guess we're gonna play a little game in a second, but before we jump to that, I was gonna just ask you, like, just generally, like when people read this book, what do you want them saying in the book clubs? Like, what's your dream
Like,
scenario?
what do they
Like,
walk
what
away
do they
with?
walk away with?
You know, as I started writing rom-coms and romance, and why I really love this genre is that it is a genre that brings joy. Even the really hard to read ones. I'm thinking of Abby Jimenez's books, which we were kind of talking a little
Yeah.
bit about
Oh yeah.
before we started recording, but they always make me cry, but I leave
Every
feeling
time.
really joyful.
Yep.
And so I have always wanted to just write books that give people some kind of escape or joy, even for a few minutes, because, they've come to me and helped me in really difficult parts of my life. I remember reading Jasmine Guillory's books, on a loop when I was going
Yeah.
through postpartum depression during COVID when my first baby was
Yeah.
born. They really helped
Yeah.
rip me out of that in a very positive way, and so
That's
I'm so
beautiful.
grateful to what romance books have brought to my life, and
Mm-hmm.
really what I just want is to bring joy into other people's lives. And I think with this book in particular and the themes of grief, it would be so lovely if anyone who's dealing with grief can kind of read this and feel that there will eventually be, a lightness, and there will
Yeah,
be,
absolutely.
an end to it.
I feel like too, in reading it and reading other people's thoughts and reviews and things that are kind of the early reviews and things, is just it. So many times in life, like you said, you can kind of feel like you're stuck in a time loop, and this is a opportunity that, like, there's always space for a fresh start, And
Yeah.
it's like when you feel like maybe you've been doing the same thing over and over, or
Mm-hmm.
living in grief or whatever it is. It's like it does get lighter.
Yeah.
It does become a little easier to carry and to bear. And so, like you said, these books bring joy. And
Yeah.
so,
Even when we
just
have big feelings, we were like, this isn't forever. This
this is
Right.
just a
this is a
chapter.
chapter.
Yeah, this
Gonna
isn't
do it.
forever. And so, yeah, I love that that's your focus, I think, as you're writing and when you're putting your work out into the world, which feels like such a scary thing, but that you're giving people this opportunity of, hey, yeah, you might have been in your own time loop, but now you have the opportunity to step out of that and start moving back towards joy or whatever it is that they're needing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
totally.
now that we're talking time loops,
Yeah.
you want to jump into our little game?
I
Ooh, I love
do.
a
Thank you
game.
for
I love a game.
being willing to play our game. It's called Loop It or Leave It.
Ooh, it's
So,
got a title and everything.
yeah, it's our version of Would You Rather. It's with a time loop twist. And so
Thank you. I
we're
love
going to
it.
give, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you say. We'll get to even know you even a little better. So we're going to give you two possible days. So this is like two, ways that you could spend your time loop. And so you're going to choose which one you'd rather be stuck living.
I think these are a little
reliving.
more positive positive than
Yeah,
the
the funeral
wife
is-
breaking up
yeah.
with you and your dad's
Right,
funeral.
right.
I think they're a little more on the
Absolutely.
positive side.
Yeah, so some are light, others
That's
are a little
true. That's
tougher,
true.
but there's no right answer, there's no easy answer, but just to see. Okay, so
I'm
here's your
interested.
choices: a holiday with family, or a solo spa day.
Lord, I mean, I'm taking the solo spa day for 100, Andrea. I love my
Yes,
family,
yes.
but am I
Right?
going to be just getting massages all day for the rest of my life? That sounds pretty nice.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
So
you-
maybe there is a right
You don't
answer.
want
I'll say.
260 days worth of just hanging out with the family. Wait a second.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
tell them that. Don't tell my 2 and
That's what I was
5-year-old that
saying.
I would rather be
Exactly.
getting a massage right now.
They'll understand.
Or
when they're
hanging out with
older.
the grumpy uncle who has
Right, yeah, some
odd views.
opinions. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so here's one: a first date that goes surprisingly well, or a night out with your oldest friends.
Oh, I would do a night out with my oldest friends. I love being with friends, and I love hosting and cooking and doing all that stuff. I find a lot of like it's some kind of like nurture aspect that I have, or like maybe the 50% Italian that I am. I love to like feed people and have them over
Yes.
and have them
Hey,
leave.
high five. High
Yes.
five right here.
There you
That's
go.
my Hispanic side. For
That's
real.
right.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
So
Just
I'd
feed them and
rather
be
be with
together. Yeah.
friends.
I
Yeah.
love that. And especially too, I think as we tell our boys being in middle and high school is like, enjoy being with your closest friends every day right now, because once you graduate and go to college and start your lives, everybody kind of goes their separate ways, and it gets harder and harder to get everyone together. So
I
if you could
know.
be with your like oldest friends
It's
every
just
day.
harder and
oh
harder
my
to hang out
God.
with your friends the older you
That's
get.
what
You just
I'm
get
saying.
busy.
It's just
I
hard to
know.
get
You really
people
end up
together.
cherishing those like once a month hangs.
Yeah.
Literally.
Even
There
just
it
the
is.
text messages or the memes that you send or
Like,
whatever.
Right.
It's like just
Yeah.
trying to stay connected. What's your go-to meal, or what do you
yeah, what
like
do you
to
like to-
serve?
Well, every Sunday, so today is Sunday as we're recording this, we do something called Sunday gravy, which is basically like your Italian kind of like marinara sauce. So that's what we do. So I'll make a big pot of that, and we'll have spaghetti and bread, and yeah, just kind of
That
easy,
sounds
but it's very
incredible.
cozy. I'll send you the recipe because
Wow.
it's so
Please.
easy.
Please.
I was going to say please.
It's
It reminds
really,
me of the
really
Vince
easy.
Vaughn show we were watching. What, Nanas?
Oh, the nanas.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
That
yeah.
was so precious.
Yeah, they make a
just
Sunday gravy in that. Yeah.
So much love through food. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I'm
All
hungry.
right.
It's lunchtime.
I know. We've been talking about
okay.
food a lot.
We've been talking about food a lot.
It's true.
That's right.
We're foodies. Okay, so we were just talking about the Burbank Book Festival too. So here's the next one of your loop it or leave it. A huge book signing, so just tons of readers, but a little exhausting.
Yeah.
Or a quiet writing retreat, creative but solitary.
Man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right? Like,
These are supposed to be a little bit
Every
closer, but as we read them, I'm going,
every day.
That's
the
really
anxiety
tough.
of a first date doesn't sound great.
Yeah.
The,
I know.
It's so fun.
the
for
exhaustion.
one
I like-
day.
The
It's
fans
really
are the
tough.
best.
I'm surprising myself here, but I think I'm leaning toward the meeting the readers because it is exhausting, but it is so fulfilling to be able to talk about books with people. And I've been on writing retreats. I don't know if I've been on a solo one, weirdly. I've been on them with friends, and those are really lovely. But there is something about meeting your readers that it's almost like the whole point is that you want people to connect with the stories you're making, and so being able to actually meet people is lovely.
Absolutely. What's
Love
it like to be at an event where people are talking about your characters that you created as, like we said, people they know, like friends of theirs?
Yeah.
I've been listening to For Better or Worse in the car, and I
Aw.
just love Nina and Leo. They're so
I
cute. It's also
know.
food. The
Those are
chef,
my
they're on a
babies.
chef show.
I mean,
I'm in
it's
love with your
weird.
characters.
It's
all
really
of them.
weird because like you'll also sometimes I'll read like lines or someone might quote something that I wrote like on an Instagram post or something. I'll be like, oh, that's so weird. I don't remember writing that at all, but I'm
Yeah.
glad it was in the
You're
book.
like, I
Great.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels a little bit like you disassociate from your body a little bit when someone's talking about your work. Even when you were talking about, Adam and Carly from Not You Again, like I'm listening to it and I'm like, yes, I loved that part too. And then I'm like, oh, I wrote that part. Right.
Yeah, that
yeah.
came out of my brain. It's just
Right.
so
It is
impressive. And
fun. It is
it
fun.
doesn't surprise me at all that readers are quoting your dialogue on their Instagrams and
Oh,
things.
yeah.
I mean, it is incredible. Like,
Oh, thank you.
oh, you just really feel like you're part of that scene, and it just feels so natural, and definitely a gift that you
Absolutely.
have for
Oh, I'm so
writing.
glad. I'm so
Um,
glad that you connect with it that way. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see.
Let's do a couple more.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one because you talked about writing at the coffee shop. So writing endlessly in a coffee shop or endlessly cozy at home. It's not even writing.
Coffee
It's just
shop,
cozy at
coffee
home. Yeah,
shop.
just go. Yeah, that's
I
the
just
place. That's
like,
where your brain just.
you know, and it's weird. I go to the coffee shop, I put in my AirPods, and I have a writing playlist. So it's like very loud and busy, but for some reason it motivates me. I think
The
actually
energy.
weirdly, like, because I do want to go home and get cozy and I like get the words out and I get my story out, but there's kind of like an energy to it that's hard to capture otherwise, but I would love
So
to.
that's your vibe. You like the busyness of the coffee shop with the playlist going, and
I
then you can.
do, but I
Yeah.
also, the other place that I write, this is, you know, I'm talking to you from my office, but I weirdly don't write a lot in here. I write like on a couch. I love writing on
Oh
couches.
yeah,
So
yeah.
wherever you
Cozy.
find the
I
momentum.
like it.
Also, I
Yeah, it seems like
love writing in my car, which is like unfortunately a
Ah.
product of like school pickups. Sometimes I'll just
Mhm.
bring
Oh,
my
yes.
laptop with me, and while I'm
Yes.
waiting, I'll just kind of like, you know, write a page or two, but I get a lot done in my car. It's very
Right?
Ah,
How much
I
time
love
do we
that.
spend waiting
Oh
at
my
pickup
gosh.
for
I
like
can't even.
I've
Yes.
spent so much time waiting on the bus.
So
Yeah.
I just want to ask a question then. What is one song on the writing
Oh
playlist?
yeah.
I have a lot of like power ballads.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I have a general writing playlist which almost functions as white noise, and so Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time was like the one actually
That's
that
a
kind
good
of
one.
inspired Not You Again, because it's
Yes.
sort of just about over and over again I come back to you. But I started a new playlist for my newest book, and that has some Taylor Swift on it, and I just added a song from the 1975, and I think she dated
Nice.
the lead singer of it, so it's awesome.
Maddie Healy.
Yes, but anyways, they're on the same playlist together.
Good. That creates good drama and
I love it.
tension while you're writing.
Yeah.
You
And it
know?
makes
I love
sense.
it.
We change our album for every
Yeah.
author, and I just happened to choose Boston this time
Oh my
around.
gosh,
So
how
you've got
funny.
some power ballad going.
I
Oh, that's
know.
so
Some real
smart. I love
power.
that.
Gotta turn
That's
it up
fun.
loud. Okay. You want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. Oh, we talked a little bit about this too.
Okay.
So about the like TV adaptations.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so seeing your book adapted for TV or chosen by every book club in the country.
Chosen by every book club.
Yeah.
There's
What
something
makes you
about
say that?
like
Yeah.
people who love books, choosing your books is really meaningful. Like
Yes.
for Plot Twist, I really was so floored. It's my second book in the Hollywood series, and it got an Indie Next pick. It got a Library
Yes.
Reads pick. It got Amazon Editor's Best New Romance pick. And so just seeing all of that, I felt like I was being like thwacked over the head with just like joy every time
I
I
love
Yes.
that.
email, because
Yes.
I was like, oh, people read it and really liked it. This is amazing. And so it's always meaningful when people who love books, you know, actively
Yes.
choose to read your book and recognize it in special
I
ways.
love that. And now Not You Again's on the Goodreads fall romance
That was so
list.
special
just
to
getting
see
started.
too. I loved seeing that. I
Absolutely.
know.
I love it. I love all the recognition, and definitely well deserved for sure.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for
I'll
playing
put some
the
applause in
game.
here. Woo!
Whee!
Round
It
of
happened. We did
applause.
it. No,
We
I love
did
it.
it on a
Excellent
Sunday.
choices.
Excellent choices.
I think
and we
I
did
would
it.
love to be stuck in all of these time loops with you
Yeah.
because those were good choices for sure.
We'd have a good
I
time.
do have
Mhm.
a couple of questions just about writing and craft as we're
Yeah.
kind of doing our own book thing. One of the first things I just want to ask you is about first drafts, right? So I've been reading Bird by Bird. I don't know if you've read it. It's some
haven't.
instructions on writing in Live. And she talks a lot about shitty first drafts and about it's like,
Yes.
just get it out. Because I've found myself just in the loop of like, let me write a couple pages and then I go back and I just want to look at those pages. And it's
Right.
like, that's like the cardinal sin of not moving forward. We'll never finish it at this rate. So I would be interested just to see how your first drafts come out and how you push through it.
I mean, I thought it was just like a one-time thing, but the unfortunate thing is that I have almost rewritten every single book I've wrote, like almost from
Yep.
scratch.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and
Mhm.
so I think everyone has their own process. I've approached most of my books as a plotter, meaning that like, I have
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
a very clear, like, here's what happens in chapter 1, 2, 3, here's the cliffhanger, here's the tension, here's, the inner and
Mhm.
outer turmoil. And then sometimes as you're reading it, the characters end up speaking to you in a different way, and then you're fucked because you
Absolutely.
plotted this
Yep.
whole
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yes, shitty drafts are part of it. Some authors, again, I keep bringing up Abby Jimenez, but she claims that she like just turns in her first draft and it's always great,
Yeah.
and good for
You
her.
can never
Right.
Like,
talk enough
my
about
God,
Abby
No.
Jimenez.
my God,
I'm
good for
Yeah.
the
her.
ultimate fangirl. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like Not
Mm.
You Again, I think I wrote 3 different versions of it, and so I really couldn't get that time loop element quite right until the last
Yeah.
one, and so it just took a lot of
That's true.
finessing,
I didn't think about the time loop being like an extra full layer of, having to
world
plot out
Complex.
who's
Yeah.
building.
going where and who's done what and do it
Hmm.
Yeah.
again and again.
Especially
Really
over so
interesting.
much time. Yeah.
Yes.
That
But
they've
you
done
can
those
do
reboot.
it. I mean, I think part of why I try to get the first draft out really quickly is that I guess I just know, like, all right, we're redoing it again. So, like,
Yeah, it's
We're
coming.
gonna
just
do
need
it
to get this
again.
It's
out.
just
Yeah.
part of the
Yes.
process. Yeah. So
Mhm.
you're more on the plotter versus pantser, but when the characters talk to you and speak to you, then you can be
It
That's true.
often
flexible and
shifts.
yeah.
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 Or
Yeah.
sometimes,
That's
Interesting. Very cool.
music influences me a lot, so
Mm.
I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, "Oh, I bet the character would feel this way." And then all of a sudden the character is,
Mm.
like, different. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to
It
be
is. It's
careful what I
interesting
listen
how
to.
they evolve. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It infiltrates, and then they definitely evolve with
Uh,
those influences.
so you've written, we've seen rom-com and that sort of thing, but you've also done some nonfiction stuff
Yes.
with Woman Skills and the Big Redhead book. How do those kind of play together? Have you learned from one to the other?
Well, I
Evolution.
think something that happened, so I was at BuzzFeed when I wrote those books, and because I was at BuzzFeed, people were very excited to have it was like BuzzFeed's heyday, and so it was sort of like,
Mm.
"Oh, you're a
Mm-hmm.
BuzzFeed writer. Like, let's," if you were pitching books, you were more likely to get them done. And for me,
Yep.
I think, I studied writing in school and I had written fiction entirely, but I think it was just too daunting for me to think about writing a fiction book with the plotting. I just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ready. And so what nonfiction helped me do was, I was like, oh, I'm a redhead and I love redhead facts and history of red hair and
Yeah.
all
The
of this.
lore.
Yes, and I wrote about it for BuzzFeed a lot. So I had these use cases of, hey, look, like I write about it and it's going viral and people love talking about redheads.
Yeah.
And so writing those books gave me the confidence to say, "Oh, okay, I can write a book and
Mm-hmm.
try
Mm-hmm.
fiction with the next one." It was always like a secret dream that I was always writing fiction, but I never really did it until
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really reading Jasmine Guillory's books and the joy they brought me that I just thought,
Yeah.
"Man, I want to feel that kind of joy. So let me write that
Yeah.
kind of a book."
For sure.
Yeah. Do you experience that joy when you're writing it?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. Like
do.
you
I mean,
feel
there are
what
parts
you
of it that are not fun. Like rewriting,
Yeah.
I find extremely painful, but I know I have to do
Yeah.
it. And then when you're
Yeah.
rewriting it and the characters really start clicking, you're like, "Oh, yeah, I
Fine,
Okay,
do
fine.
fine.
this,
Yeah.
fine."
Part of the
But I love
necessary
getting a
evil.
draft out.
Yeah.
I could like
Yeah.
rewrite indefinitely,
Yeah.
but yeah, the rewriting is
That's
really
awesome.
painful for me.
I'm curious. Yeah, I can imagine. I just, oh, that's gotta hurt.
It
I don't know if
does.
I'm
The
prepared.
cuts.
It
I've
does.
got too thin of skin. I haven't been in the
Yeah.
marketing social space that you guys have, so I'm a little nervous
Yeah.
about that. But I am curious because I do work on the college counseling side of education. I'm in a high school, and I was curious what your experience like being in the writing program at Emerson. And that's so impressive. That's such an incredible program, and just curious, like, how do you feel that prepared you for what you're doing now with your writing?
I have like a fun story, which is that Taylor Jenkins Reid was there at the same time
Mm-hmm.
I was, and she was an RA, and she
What?
busted
Awesome.
me for underage drinking. So
That's
first of all,
amazing.
first of all.
Amazing.
I don't think she
That's
knows
great.
that, and why would she?
That's
But
awesome.
so that's
That
what
should be your
Emerson
fun
was like.
fact
That
about
should be
me.
your fun
Yeah.
fact. That's a good one.
I
Um,
love it.
well, going to school for writing was really wonderful, and I loved every minute of it, just being able to talk about books and write. But I like the character of Adam in my book, who was afraid to pursue his dreams. That was 100% me. My parents
Mm.
are both in the medical field. My mom is a registered nurse, my dad's a doctor. And so when I brought up writing, they were like, okay, have fun with that. And when are you getting a job that pays money? And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
great
we don't
point,
know how to
great point.
support you. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think, my journey to get to writing took a really long time just because I was not feeling like, I was like, well, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going
Yeah.
to get there? And so, I worked at Random House. That was my first job out of college. And I thought I'll work behind the scenes, with authors. And then that didn't feel right. So I ended up going to grad school at USC and studying writing there too.
Wow.
Incredible.
And so I just, I think I kind of kept looping back to it, not to bring a full circle.
Yeah, truly. It
It
was where you were supposed to be, like Adam.
That's right. So I relate to Adam a lot because my husband is more of a Carly, where he was just like, I'm gonna be a writer, I'm gonna pursue it, and like that's all I'm gonna do.
Just gonna do it. Yeah.
And it just took me a lot longer. And so, but I am writing, like my new book that I'm working on takes place at a writing retreat, and I'm pulling a lot from when I went to Emerson and USC during those
Mhm.
Oh, I can't
those kind
wait.
of intensives. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's fun for me to write.
Can't
So
wait. Yeah. Was part of your education around publishing too? Like what did your path to
yeah,
publishing look like?
yeah. My Emerson has a great program called writing, literature, and publishing. So you don't just study writing; it's like all of the business side
The
of it.
process.
And I actually started a publishing club at Emerson that I think
Oh.
still exists with my friend Kat.
Nice.
And so we would bring in publishing execs from all these houses to talk about their jobs, just to learn like what can you do in publishing. And I had a lot of internships around Boston that dealt with publishing, and so that's how I ended up getting an interview at Random House. But what was the question? I've totally lost the thread. I'm so sorry.
Just about
publishing.
path to publishing. Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
that's exactly what you're
I
saying.
think my
Yeah.
path to publishing was really like, I was like, okay, I don't know how to make money writing, but I love books, and so let me try to get a job in publishing around
Mhm.
books. I'll just be
Yeah.
around books.
Yep. Yep.
And so
That's
I
so
do.
smart too with your organization, starting the club. And I just feel like we talk so much with our students about how important it is to get involved on your college campuses, or start if the thing you want doesn't exist, start it. So
Mhm.
the fact that you did that and thought to bring in the, people working in the industry and just getting that overview, like that's just
It was
incredible.
lovely, and
Yeah.
it meant also that I got a lot of connections in that industry
Mhm.
because I had
Yep.
none. I was from Florida. My parents were in medicine. Like, what do we know about being creative? And so I had to really learn that by myself because no one else. I didn't have anyone around me who was creative. Everyone was in science, and so it was just what I had to do in
I
order to.
love it.
You
That's awesome.
you made your own path. That's
Yeah.
incredible. That's
Yes.
inspiring. Yeah.
So
Wow.
as we wrap it up, I would love to know what's next. Tell you mentioned the new book a little bit. What's
Yeah.
going on?
It's very early days. As they say on Love Island, it's very early days. But
Oh yeah.
I am about, I would say, like 8,000 words into a new book. And
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
nice thing is that my last 4 books, including Not You Again, have all been on contract. So what that means in publishing terms is like you have to deliver a book by this date, and you pre-agree
Mhm.
on what the book is going to be. And right now I'm not on contract. So it's really freeing to just
Mm-hmm.
be able to kind of write whatever I want and finish it when
Mm.
I want, like when I feel it's ready. Um, and so I would love to be able to have half of it done, in the next 3 months. So by the end of the year, and then maybe
Mhm.
following 3 months, I'll get the rest of the draft done. But it's feeling really good. It's
Good.
Awesome.
currently it
It's
feels a
just
little bit
another
like
time loop, huh? So
yeah.
oh, White
What'd you
Lotus.
say? Time loop?
It's more time loop.
Oh, well, you know, it's funny because this one is just back to being like a contemporary rom-com because I
Nice.
don't know, I just wanted to write something that's an escape. So it's like set in Italy, feels a little bit like White Lotus with a writing retreat, but I think it'll be fun.
For sure. Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Well, and I can't wait to finish reading Not You
Yes.
Again and for it to come
Aw,
out.
thank you for
Like,
saying that.
everyone is going to enjoy this so much. We're so appreciative of your time and
Yes,
just
Thanks for
yes,
having
playing the
me.
game with us too.
Yes, thanks for
Yeah, that
playing
was
the
fun.
game.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed the title of it. Want to use it? Loop it or leave it.
Loop it or leave it.
All right. Well, Erin, thank you so much for joining us, and huge
Thanks so much, Andrea.
congratulations on Not You Again releasing November 11th and being selected for Goodreads Fall Romance Guide. If you're out there, it's a fun, heartfelt book, and we love talking to you about everything today. It's been amazing. If you're listening, go pre-order or pick up a copy when this comes out. And hopefully you'll get stuck in a time loop of your own, and this is the perfect book to keep reading.
It's true. That would
You know,
not be the
read it
worst
again.
day, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you so much. We
Awesome.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you so much, Erin.
I love her. We
Mhm.
should be friends.
I want the gravy. I want the Sunday gravy. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I think we should have that today. Let's have that for lunch now.
All we did was talk food the whole time, and
I
I'm like
know.
super hungry now.
Seriously, I want that Caesar salad.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you so much to Erin for
Yes,
joining us.
thank you,
I
Erin.
love the idea too of a time loop as a romance book.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. I was just thinking,
Even though you struggle with time travel,
I
I know you
do.
appreciate it. It's a little different.
That's the thing. I've set aside in my brain trying to understand what is causing it. I'm still working,
See, you're just
we're
with it.
working our way through the book,
Ride the
but
wave.
anytime in a movie or a book, if there's time travel, it's instant. My brain just implodes. I just can't understand it. You try so hard to explain time is
Well, the problem is like each movie treats it a little differently.
that's
So
true.
it's not
So we
like
don't know
a
for sure.
flat
But
thing.
even just the idea that time is not linear,
Time's a flat circle, Andrea. It's all happening at one
no,
time.
see, that breaks my brain. Things happened in the past and then things are happening currently. Like,
Time's not linear, but it's fine.
no,
It's
but
okay.
it did get me to thinking like about if I could design my dream time loop day, like if I got to
Okay.
pick the
Okay.
day.
Dream time
So
loop
I'm
day.
curious, yeah, like what do you think yours would be?
Dream time loop day.
I'm gonna go first because I
You go
thought
first.
about this a little bit. Okay. So I think I would like to wake up somewhere on vacation, like Switzerland, somewhere beautiful.
Okay.
And I've thought about whether I would want to be alone or with friends or with you guys. And I did decide I think it would be fun to have the whole family, like you and the boys and stuff,
Okay.
family, friends on the trip. So there will be time
Okay.
spent with them. But I think it's
Okay.
important too that like they all have activities to do at points of the day. So like maybe the boys go to ski school or something, right? And then I would spend a significant portion of the day like reading, like by a cozy fire. Maybe we have like a suite,
Yeah.
with like a
Okay.
nice little couch. Yeah, and I would just love to read. And I was also thinking like calories don't count because it's a
Gonna
time loop.
reset. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like,
You could
I
eat
would
anything.
eat all day. I would
Swiss
just
chocolate.
order room service and yeah, all the things. And then I think like if it's a time loop and we get to kind of change what we do each day, if it's like Aaron's book,
Okay.
then I think I would want to try like different restaurants every night, And so like basically everybody that's on the trip meets back up.
Okay.
But I have one important detail.
Oh, okay.
I
Does
was
it have to do with
thinking,
Jason Momoa?
kind of.
Oh,
It does have to do with being in bed. You know how much I love my bed and
wait a
my
minute.
blanket and my pillow. And I was like, if I'm on vacation, like sleeping in the bed on vacation is never as good. So I think in my dream scenario, I
Okay.
have my own bed on this trip. I have transported my bed and my blanket, my pillow, all the
Okay.
things. Yes.
So in this fantasy you've weaved,
Yes.
you've woven. You woved.
Just woven.
You've woved.
No.
So you've packed up your bed, your very large, like mechanical bed, and flown it to Switzerland
Mm-hmm.
so that you can lay in your own bed.
I didn't say the logistics have to be real. Like I'm writing whatever I want. That's the fun of being an author. Like Kirsty Greenwood said in her interview with GMA, like you can make up whatever you want. Dream as big as your creativity takes you. So
And your biggest dream is being in
to
your
have
own
my
bed.
own bed in Switzerland.
Okay.
It's my
Hey,
fantasy.
sure. Great. I like
What
it.
do you think of my day?
That's pretty good.
I could do that day on loop.
Yeah,
There was no work involved.
that's true.
I just got to read. I got to be with my family and
Mhm.
friends. I got to
Mhm.
eat everything I wanted
It's true. That's true.
and be in a beautiful place and then sleep in my own bed at the end of the day. I mean, it doesn't get better.
But you also did not mention Stella. So that's a problem.
Oh, I forgot about
She would love Switzerland.
You think?
Yes.
Okay. She was sleeping by the fire when I was reading. I forgot that detail. I have it written right
It
here.
feels like a throwaway that you.
No. See Stella right there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her. She's going to be
Okay.
grumpy that you
I'm sure.
forgot about her.
Okay. Tell me about
I do have my perfect day, my
Okay.
perfect loop day, the
Okay.
thing that I would do.
All
right, here we go. Start strong by spending some special time with the wife.
That's
You know what I mean?
straight out the gate.
Number one, we're starting strong.
Is it bad that I
No.
didn't include that in my day?
Yes, it is, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, well.
Part one,
Maybe that was part of going to bed.
a little special time. Okay?
Thank you for including me.
Then, 6 minutes later,
Wow.
I'm going to Waffle House, and I'm going to get my order. Triple scrambled cheese, hash browns covered and chunked, raisin toast, apple butter, and bacon. Leave the weight off this time.
Waffle House
Hell
is in your dream
Mm.
day?
It's also my prison meal if I was to be on death row. So
Okay.
yes. So then I have
Stuff.
Waffle House, then I have a little, just that muddy, nasty coffee. You know, it's the best.
Yeah.
And then part two is I have more special time with my wife. Part two.
Oh, I'm
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm saying?
busy in your dream
Part
day.
two. And then what happens is that Stella and I decide to steal the moon. We steal the moon. I spend a few days figuring out how to grapple the moon with like some sort of grappling hook, like think Despicable Me style.
Okay, you were
I'm
worried
gonna
about
steal
me
the moon.
flying my bed to Switzerland, and you're grappling the moon? You figure this out within a few days?
This is me grappling.
You know
So-
that would kill us all, right?
and I would put it like in our living room. I want it to be like where I could see it. And that way the neighbors would just be like, yeah, Matt's got the moon, I guess. Nothing really matters. We're going to reset it tomorrow. So I would have the moon. It would be really cool. And Stella and I would just enjoy the
I
moon.
understand the moon is like 1/6 of the size of the Earth.
And
You
then
just want to like
once I
tether
get
it
the
to our
moon,
house?
we would have special time near the moon.
We would be underwater. The tides would overtake all
We
the
would
land.
just have special time near the moon by the moonlight.
What a day. How
Okay.
romantic.
And then Stella and I would snuggle and have hold Stella time, which she likes. And I would hold her upside down and pet her belly like she
Okay.
likes to do.
Okay.
And then that's it. I didn't mention the kids.
No, you did
that's
not.
fine.
You're upset that I didn't include any special time, but you just cut out
You didn't even include me,
two of
though.
our family members.
You barely included me.
I did include you.
You said I
said
was
you were on
there, but I had
vacation.
activities to do away from you, is what you said. So yeah. So that's the
You
perfect
were
day.
you were one of my activities.
You know what? I think my day's better. I win.
Yeah.
You didn't even get the moon. Like,
I
what are you
understand,
doing?
but it just blows my mind that you were hung up on me getting my bed to Switzerland as if that's not logical, but you can grapple the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I live.
Okay.
You don't know the power of me.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
everyone else can go check out some time loop days and how
Yeah.
things devolve into craziness and
Sure.
chaos in Erin La Rosa's new book out tomorrow, November 11th, called Not You Again. It's fantastic, and we hope you all enjoy it. Please go find it. Support her on social media. You can find her on Instagram at Erin La Rosa Lit, on TikTok at Erin La Rosa Writes, or on her website at ErinLaRosaCreative.com.
Yes. I want to say thank you to everybody who's out there listening and watching. Go tell a bug friend that you like the show and help spread the word. And we'll continue to bring great authors to you guys. It's really interesting and insightful, you know, as we work our way through this process, talking to the different authors and hearing them kind of talk about some of the same themes. So really promising and very exciting.
Yeah,
But
thank you for your
yes.
support. And you can find us on Instagram
Where
at
can
Our
you
Next Chapter Podcast. Same on TikTok and Facebook. You can join our non-existent newsletter.
Where is that?
I'm
Where is it?
hesitant to say it.
What's the website
I
again?
want to tell you why you might want to join, because when we publish our book, at the back, you'll have your name in our book as one of our OG supporters and fans. And you can find that on our website, which is ournextchapterpodcast.com.
HTTP.
You can just fade to black.
colon
We're good.
/ www.ournextchapterpodcast.com. That's
Anybody
the website.
still here? Anyone still
It's the
listening?
website. I just
Nope.
want to be clear about these
Just me?
things. You know? It's okay. Like, share, review, tell your friends.
Thank
But we will see you next time.
Sounds good. Until then, I love you.
And I love you.
I can't believe you're going to grapple the moon.
Yeah.
And you're upset that I didn't include Stella.
Yes. I had multiple activities with
You
Stella.
put out our whole children.
What am I going to do with them?
It's their birthday. I'm going to tell them how you feel.